according to this, I'm live. But according to Twitch, oh, there I am. Okay. I don't know what was going on. No idea. Weird. But we're live now, so I don't have a notepad. That's a problem. There we go. And there's a pen to write things with. Make it purple instead of purple. There we go. Okay. Checking some of my stats here. Looks like a pretty good bit rate. It says that I'm online. I look a little bright. Always weird. I'm brighter in the thing. Try that. See if that makes me look dull. I can't win, can I? Can I do this actually? What about this? Hold on. Do that, go back to that, and then we will adjust the lighting settings. Y'all have to just bear with me here while I figure things out. This is going to be an interesting stream on a lot of levels. There we go. Okay. Well, now that we are live and we have things kind of set up in place, let me just see how many pages I have left. This 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, plenty. Plenty. Okay. This is going to be an interesting stream. I'm very excited to play this game. I don't have anything more to say about that. I'm just very excited to play this game. Let me just make sure I have some of this information up so that I don't misquote. Cool. This is a weird game, a great game. I am just very excited to start talking about this game and playing it and just everything about it. This is just going to be a really, yeah, what am I looking for here? Yes. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, cool. I'm very excited to play this game. I don't know how better to explain how excited I am about this particular game, Titanic Adventure Out of Time. First, I want to say apologies for slow start and everything like that. I had to get things set up. Things weren't working properly for the first time. I don't really know why. For some reason, restarting the stream worked perfectly fine. You know, turn it off, turn it on and turn it off, or turn it off and turn it on again, literally. So, you know, that's whole thing. Today has been an interesting day getting ready for this. I've had to pull out some of the old tricks from the early Nancy Drew games because this is an old game. So the first Nancy Drew game that came out was Secrets Can Kill, the original. And that was in 1998. This game, Titanic Adventure Out of Time, came out in 1996. Much, much earlier, especially in terms of game, in-game-ness, world, whatever. This is, I don't even know where to start with this. This is a game from like my childhood. This is something that once I once I recognized that I was once my parents recognized that I was a big fan of the Titanic, they found this game and bought it for me. Um, and I remember playing it, not understanding that there was a point to it or a puzzle, just enjoying that I was on the Titanic in this thing. And I could never seem to progress past like a very, very early part of the game because I didn't quite understand it. Uh, there are a lot of weirdness involved in this, so be prepared. This is not a particularly how do I put this? This is a very dated looking game. Um, I'll say it. Yeah, it's a very dated game. um, and it looks at it. It looks at it. Kind of sounds it, but like I don't know. It's so good. It is a great game. It is. I think it should be one of the classics. If it's not, consider to be one. But it is a point and click adventure, very much similar feel to Nancy Drew and the navigation, everything like that. Like you forward, turn, you look at things, stuff like that. Um, the recreation of the Titanic in this game is incredibly accurate. The areas that they actually reproduced, there was extensive amounts of research and screenshots of the game were used in a whole bunch of different TV documentaries about the Titanic because of how faithfully recreated they were. I've also heard unconfirmed reports that James Cameron actually referenced the models of the game when he was making Titanic, the movie. That is just how crazy good this was. Um, it basically, from what I understand about the development of the game, is that they wanted it to be an FMV, full motion video game, where they would actually use like the video of an actor. Um, when you were conversing with a character, they would be an actor. It would just be a video, and they would play the recorded responses. Um, but they ran out of space because the modeling for the Titanic itself was so detailed that they ran out of space on the disc to actually publish the thing. And so they turned it into not quite an FMV. They basically have like animated photos is the best way I can say it. You'll just have to see it. It's kind of hilarious to see when you get it. Um, but yeah, this is an excellent, crazy fun game. I'm very excited to show it off. Um, please, please, please let me know how things are going as the game progresses. If there are issues that you can see on screen, if you can't hear things, if something sounds off, you need subtitles, anything like that, please, please just drop it in the chat. I have already noticed today through the very limited experiments that I have that there are things that will show up on the stream that are not on my screen. So hopefully um, they will be as minor as what I saw, which was literally just duplicating the cursor. But this is, like I said, a game from 1996. When I played this game for real the last time, I had to emulate Windows 3.1 inside Windows 8 in order to get this game to even run. What I'm doing now essentially is playing the GOG version, which is made to work on modern computers, but it is essentially, as I understand it, a DOS box kind of program hiding inside GOG. So it is technically running an emulated version of Windows to play this game. And so that will possibly come up with some issues. We'll find out together. Yeah, so anything else that I wanted to drop in with before we start? So I'm probably going to make a call later on at some point, but I do want to say, as everyone is probably very well aware, that there are quite a few protests going on at the moment for the Black Lives Matter movement um, over the abhorrent and disgusting murders of black people across the United States. They are global protests at this point, which is kind of kind of makes me feel good that we have the global community on our side on that front. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done here first, even so, and a lot of that requires time, help, resources. So this is just kind of a brief call to say that if there's anything you can do to expand your influence on those resources to help this movement and help the protests, whether that's attending in person, if that is the way you do it, please be safe. Know what you're getting into, and there's plenty of information out on the internet. I can certainly add some more sources and whatnot on what to do if you are at a protest, what to bring, what to prepare, and everything like that. Other ways you can help, though, are things found at this wonderful website. Let me just quickly pull it up, which I will link in the chat. This has a whole bunch of different places to donate money, donate time, different petitions to sign, ways to text, call, email your representatives, and like I said, including resources for protesters and such. I would just like to say, personally, I'm going to be, I'm basically just waiting on my paycheck at this point, and I'm hoping to donate to specifically to an organization called Black Visions Collective. It is a trans queer run group that looks to basically re-examine the system as a whole, not just the police system, but government and economics, and re-examine it from define the biases within it, break those biases down, those barriers, and move forward. So I really truly support that, and am looking forward to being able to donate when I have money. So that's just a quick call on that front. I'll probably be saying something else again later on in the stream as well, but that's just my pitch for now. And so without further ado, let's start Titanic Adventure Out of Time. We're going to see what happens. This is going to be weird. I know it's going to be weird. So you can even right away see this is the space that it takes up on my monitor. The game itself is actually only just about this big, so you'll see, but it's going to mess with my resolution to no end. Here we go. Alright, you might hear things before you see things. Okay. Oh, this is older than 800 by 600. This is I think 480 by 6, or what is it, 480 by 6 something, 600? Dude, I can't remember. 480, yeah, 480 by 600. That is the only resolution that this runs in, 480 by 600 and like 16-bit color. But here we are. Let me just change my DPI because otherwise I will go absolutely insane. But yeah, here we are. This is an old game, but it is so good. I'm so excited. Let me just write down out of time. There we go. Got my thing going.
Once again, today's top stories.
As you see, we start out April 1942.
Most damage was concentrated in the East
See some
End.
things here.
The
Titanic
RAF
sinks.
has struck enemy aerodromes in
Obviously, this person, whoever we are, is
In Russia, further German losses are reported around
Pretty
Leningrad.
big
In
deal about the
Asia,
Titanic
the
so far.
American fortress at
You can see
Corregidor
this is
still
the
defiant,
3D, and my
but
computer's really
Japanese
working here.
forces are reported nearing the Burmese oil fields. And that
But yeah, when
concludes
you
the news
move, it will
summary.
get very
We
pixelated.
now
When
return
you
you to our music
focus
program.
in, it's much different. Here we get some great MIDI Chopin. You can also change this. There's different tracks from the game in here as well. Yeah, there's only a couple. Come on. Where is it? Yeah. I think the music of this game is also excellent, and they did such a good job with what they had. Like, it's obviously not a real orchestra, it's not even close to a real orchestra, but they still get the great moods off. Like, this is... I kind of miss when we had video game music like this sometimes. There's another one. Yeah, this is my personal favorite. This one's my personal favorite. It's all just kind of spooky-ish, ominous, because you know what's coming. Well, you kind of know what's coming. Alright, where's the news broadcast again? Oh. Well. Today's top stories. Right around here. This particular prelude, the Chopin prelude that was playing, became an obsession of mine because of this game. Even though I was a classical musician, and even though I liked Chopin preludes anyway, like... Where is it? Well, maybe we'll just turn it off and not have one? Huh. Yeah, I find it. Alright, we'll just listen to this then, which you'll get used to this particular song, because... The Angry Landlady, Landlord, is my particular favorite. Alright, fine.
You don't pay by today, it's the street, I promise.
When I was younger, my friends and I would literally just start the game and just keep listening to her.
I want me money. They said you was important once. Not now.
The one about Nancy Drew singing the Titanic. Yeah. Here's the best part.
When do I get me money? When? When do I get me money? When?
You can just do this all day.
When do I get me money? When? When do I get me money? When?
When do I get me money? It will not stop. And when I was younger, that was literally what we would just do for fun. This is... It's great, isn't it? It's absolute insanity. It's marvelous. The Wreck of the Titan on Futility by Morgan Robertson. Lord Lady Lambeth, obituary. Died in the Titanic disaster. Da 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 da. We've got Ticket for the Hindenburg. Okay. Oh, hey, I was not done that. 10th of August 1914. His Majesty's government regrets to inform you that your service to the Office of Secret Service is no longer needed. Termination to be effective immediately.
See here, this isn't about your dedication. Pringle certainly attests to your loyalty. No, your dismissal stems from the Titanic mission. That failure can no longer be ignored, especially now. I am sorry, but someone must shoulder the blame. The service, you understand. We can't be held responsible.
Oh. Got some light background stuff here. Okay. I have no idea why this... Like, some of these don't make sense. What does this say? Heard you were back from France. Hope you'll even the score with the bastards who fired you. Sorry to bring it up, but I think you were treated horribly. No references, no pension. What will you do next? Keep me posted, Jack. Carlson. So we know that our name is Carlson. He used to work for the Secret Service. Something on the Titanic just messed it all up. Looks like war in Europe, doesn't it? Situation here, nervous. French are still wine, women, and singing. It's really hard to read this. This is going to be literally like the Nancy Drew games where I actually can read it better on the smaller screen. Wine, women, and I think it's singing. As usual, what will you do if there's fighting? Keep firing, fixing watches. Seriously, I know whatever happened on the Titanic was bad, but it's 25 plus years. You can't change the past. Look ahead. We'll talk when I return. Cheers, Jack. And finally, oh Lord. Dearest, having a great time. Ran into Jack in Bombay. He's worried about you. Says he hasn't heard from you since you left the clinic. I told him you're repairing clocks. Are you still? Such a oh god, it's really hard to read this. Skills, Jack, da 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 da. It's not terribly important, I guess, but there we go. That's about all there is to see in the apartment, I think. Pretty much it. Still don't know why we can't get this to work. I really cannot get this to work. Yeah, so this is the game. Oh. What's this? I can't move now. Or I can move. Wait. Does this yell? Alright. Bombed out in the Blitz.
The past, forever locked in regret. But what if the past could be changed?
What if the past could be changed? Here we go.
30 years have come and gone since the night that saw the end of a world, my world. The service needed someone on the Titanic. They chose me. I was to wait for a signal from my contact, so I remained in my cabin. I left only once. Georgia was on board. And that's when it came. There'd be no second chance. It was Sunday, April 14th. Too late, you see, for the Titanic, for me. What if I'd met with my contact, prevented disaster? What if the past could be changed? What then?
And now we're on the Titanic in the past. What if the past could be changed? Indeed. And not only are we on the Titanic, we're on the Titanic on April 14th, 1912. Oh. Oh. Okay, so here we get to start. We're obviously in first class because we've got a first class menu. This is the actual menu, by the way, of April 14th, 1912 for first class. Crazy, crazy stuff because Victorian cuisine off the charts. I don't even think they would. It's just crazy stuff. Meet me tonight at the deck. Tell no one, Georgia. Oh, well, there's the porthole. Nothing to see about that. Yeah, no, there's no way out. You die. You just die. Or are you dead? Or are you just... Anyway, time to meet Smethles.
Good evening. I am Smethles, your steward, and if I may say so, it is good to see you up and about. You've been in your cabin the whole voyage. A touch of the mal de mer, was it? Seasickness can be quite unpleasant, especially if it's one's
He also
first
gets really
crossing.
sassy in a few minutes,
Since
and
you
I'm
haven't
just let
been
you
out of
enjoy
your
that.
cabin, may I instruct you on how to get assistance while on board the Titanic? Very good. We of the White Star Line hope that your stay on board Titanic is as relaxing as possible. As you explore the ship, please bear in mind the following advice. The mouse is your hands, the keys your feet. If you find the screen too dark or too bright,
His eyebrow
follow the
is
directions on the
legendary.
control screen help panel.
And
or
yeah,
consult
no,
your
this
manual
like
on
I had
adjusting
said
your
a little
monitor.
earlier on,
To find the control panel help,
they
and other
wanted
features,
to
click
make
on
this
the
a
life
full
preserver
FMV.
at the bottom of the screen.
So full motion video
control panel
capture.
has a
They
help
were going to
button,
have,
as well as a
literally a
quit
video camera and
save game
actors
feature.
do the thing.
You may also adjust
They
the
ran out
volume.
of space because of the
Test
modeling
settings
on the
by clicking
Titanic
on the
itself.
black knob.
And
You may
so
also switch the theme
they
music
had to kind of
on
work with
or off.
this animated
After making
picture
any
style
adjustments,
thing.
click OK to return to your current game. Wandering the ship,
It
if
does
you
a
notice
pretty good
hand,
job,
it indicates something to click on.
but like
May I suggest you do so?
sometimes
Several personal items in your room,
it gets a little bit
brown
like
satchel,
dubbed
and a
anime, where
pocket
you're like,
watch
those aren't the
are
words
quite
you're
useful
saying.
to you during your voyage.
Your mouth is moving
Take
and
them with you. You shall want to converse
it's moving
with
too
other
much.
passengers.
Yeah, it's a little
If you
uncanny
fail to
valley.
understand them, click on their face. They will repeat their last sentence. The purser. His office is on C deck.
He's just
off
basically
the
giving you
forward
the tutorial at the
grand
moment.
stairs.
There's no reason to
The
really listen to
elevator,
him. I just want
or
you to
lift,
watch
as we
this
call
and
it,
have my
has an
commentary
attendant who
without
can direct you to
missing
various
important
sections of the
things.
ship.
Or
The
missing fun
lifts are
things.
located behind the forward grand staircase. Lastly,
Lastly,
you may always find me by returning to your cabin, C-73, and ringing the bell to the right of the door. Your correspondence. 2,200 on board, and they all want messages delivered promptly. Even if it is 1912, and the Titanic, the most advanced means of sea conveyance ever devised, I still have only two hands.
yeah, I don't know that there is one though.
2,200 on board.
What I will say is that he
Here,
is the only one that breaks
a
that
map
fourth
of the
wall.
ship for you. Compliments of the White Star Line.
He's kind
I
of
have
like
taken the
the only
liberty
other
of
one on
indicating
board
your
that
cabin,
understands that this is something a
C-73.
little weird.
Of course, on a Sunday evening at this hour, there won't be many people out. Will there be anything else? A young lady. A most insistent young lady. The electric camel, an exercise device. They say it is good for the liver. I wouldn't know. It's located in the gymnasium on the boat deck, on the starboard side. That's the right side, in case you had not been informed. Port. If you're facing towards the front of the ship, the left side is the port side. Have you unpacked? You'll find your trunk key in your bag on the bed.
On the starboard side.
If you require
That's
additional
the
assistance,
left.
please ring the bell by the door.
Like,
good night.
That's not actually the left though, is it? Port is... Well, no, port is right? No, wait. I'm forgetting my own terminology. It's great. Okay, so now we know we're here at C-73, the aft grand staircase, and the second class stairs back here. What's kind of great about this is it does have fast travel. Like, I can literally just pop here into the aft grand. Oh, this guy.
A fine night to be indoors, cold as the dickens outside. Cold but clear. Clear as a bell, and the stars, oh, you should see 1,000,000 stars in God's firmament. A congregation of light. The name's Trout, the Reverend Edgar Trout. I'm returning from a mission in Africa. to Sunapee, New Hampshire, where
Hey.
I live. Emily, my wife, she's dead.
Sunapee,
Thank
New
you.
Hampshire.
We had looked forward to this journey, but she died at Port Said. Though it was Nyasaland that killed her, the doctors, never did find all the parasites. We've just ended a hymn sing in the second-class lounge. It's the Titanic's first Sunday afloat. For all those in peril on the sea. Tell me, are you religious? Do not forget God, and do not collude with
Leave
the
that.
gods. There are many on this ship. Leyland Trask, for example, a seer, a clairvoyant. He claims the most outrageous blasphemies. Remember, that which does not come from God is not of God.
No
Wait,
shit.
before you leave, I was wondering,
That which
perhaps
does
you'd
not
care
come
to make
from
a
God is
donation to
not
our mission
of
in
God.
Nyasaland. Sorry to have bothered you. Perhaps another time. Good evening.
You'll also note that in the cinematic that just played, the fourth smokestack wasn't glowing, which is just great. Yeah, here's the hallway. You kind of just like fly down it. Welcome to the actual grand staircase.
Are you wandering about? There is a card game in progress in the smoking room, held by a French gentleman. Oh, I would never play games with the French. They cheat. The gymnasium is on the boat deck, on the starboard side. Take the lift behind the staircase to A deck, and then go up the grand staircase to the boat deck. I suggest you contact the importunate Miss Pringle. If you're in a hurry, there are lifts for fast ascension and descension. They're behind these stairs. Good night.
Good night.
Evening, I'm the lift attendant. And you'll not find one better at taking you where you want to go. Where to?
I don't know why we need like a pitch from.
Mind the gate. It's a cold night, this. Pretty much everyone's early to bed. Makes me job that much easier. Your deck now.
This game's a treasure.
Oh, hello. Don't think we've met. I'm Leyland Sachem Trask, metaphysical scribe and evangelist for the supernatural. I've been in London attending a conference on premonitions among the sensitive.
Oh, you should see the purser, though.
You've heard of my institute, the Astral Bureau of Circulation in Boston? The ABC is a place where mediums of impeccable character can
God.
commingle in harmony.
Love this New York. Love this New England. Representation here. It's great. Got a preacher from Sunapee, New Hampshire. We've got a mystic from Boston. What's next?
There's a range, of course, but given the right training, psychics can reveal information hidden to others. This is a ship of destiny, which I think you know.
Oh, funny enough.
No emanations here. Good night.
Oh, we'll just leave him here. Oh, by the way, this is the part of the grand staircase. I forgot. Here we go. Yeah. Seriously, this is the modeling that I was talking about when they were saying that this is like some of the most detailed stuff that was out there at the time. For 1996, this is amazing. Now, right now it looks like trash because, well, you know, running at 680 by, or 480 by 600. I can't remember if it was a single CD or not. This is on Good Old Games, so let's meet our contact.
Glory be. It's about time. You're late. Another 5 minutes and I'd have cancelled your mission. Yes, I'm Pringle. Penny Pringle. From the Bureau of Secret Service. You didn't think they'd plunk you down on this bucket of bolts and millionaires alone, did you? What a botch-up. Some idiot in the War Office booked me into second, not first class. And I've had a fine time of it, too. The crew wouldn't let me in the first cabin at all. It's just today I located you. Look at this. A German colonel named Zeitel. He's inspecting their embassies in Havana, Washington, and Mexico City. We know better. 10 days ago, the Bureau got word that Zeitel has in his possession a priceless copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, stolen 2 months ago in Paris after its purchase by a very highly placed member of His Majesty's government. The Rubaiyat's a book, a collection of medieval Persian poetry, a passion of his lordship's. Poetry. Persians. The German High Command must think it's important enough to have their top man smuggle the lot on board. It's your job to find out. His lordship's watching this very closely. Very closely indeed. I wouldn't fumble this chance either. Unless you fancy spending the rest of your career in some grotty Midlands back office shuffling paper about. No, he's with a protégé, name of Heidelitz, I believe. The two spend a great deal of time in the Café Parisien, nibbling pastries. Get into the wireless room. I don't know or care how. Officer Morrow wouldn't let me in. See if Zeitel's received or sent any telegrams about the Rubaiyat. You've got a cryptograph in your trunk. It'll unscramble the German codes for you. You use the brains God gave you. Watch people. Listen. When you find the Rubaiyat, knock on my door. Cabin F, 34. Use the second-class stairs. You should be set. Remember, this is your big chance. Don't fail.
No pressure. Don't fail. This seems like a mechanic that probably will be used again. I'm sure. I really don't even understand how half of this stuff is exercise. God, the Victorians were weird. I believe this is the electric camel, by the way. Like the bikes I get. The... whatever this is. The punching bag I get. The rowing machine even. But like, whatever... riding horses? Look at how pretty this is. Oh. Alright, we were supposed to get into the wireless room, so let's... no? Get into the wireless room.
Sorry, this section's off limits. Passengers aren't allowed on the bridge. Officer Morrow's in no mood to accommodate passengers right now. He's misplaced his binoculars, and he's in a right proper state about it too. Off with you now.
There was someone who wanted to meet us. What? Oh, must be her. He looks interesting.
You came after all this time. It's Georgia. I'd heard you on board. Where have you been? It's been 5 years. I'd have waited a lot longer to see you again. Why didn't you tell me where you'd gone? Dina hadn't a clue, nor did Jack. My letters were returned. Just like you to show up now, with everything such a beastly mess. You must help me. You've no doubt heard the rumors. I won't deny most of them. I can't. Even if the money's gone, I won't give the diamonds to Charles, never. These are all that remains. My insurance for a new life without Charles or Saoirse. Saoirse? The owner of the Barbican Gallery? We're friends, of a sort. He's sailing on the Titanic, taking some paintings to New York to sell. Please. I mustn't talk any longer. Take it. Take the necklace. It's my only chance now. Keep it for me. And don't tell Charles you have it. You can't know what he's like.
All right. That, by the way, was Lady Georgia Lambeth.
I said what I needed to, please. Leave me.
Leave me. All right.
Come here.
Forgot about you.
Don't you love the sea air? Really clears out the sinuses. Max Seidelman, Philadelphia, PA. Buyer for Haymaker's department store. The Sharpie of Spruce Street, they call me. You a sporting type? You look like the sporting type. Come on down to the smoking room for a nightcap. Riviera's looking for someone to play a few hands of blackjack with him. What do you say? Not much else to do. Not tonight. Brr. Cold as a cast iron commode out here. So, what do you say? If that's the way you're gonna be, don't bother. Sheesh, just trying to be friendly. Some people.
Ooh. I guess that was mean of me?
Look, I'm really not interested in talking. A card shop. Me, Max Seidelman. Haymaker's head buyer.
Okay. I guess I offended him. Whoops.
Good evening. Third Officer Morrow here. I am sorry, but this is the officers' promenade. No passengers allowed. Yes, yes. This is the officers' promenade. Good night.
This is the officers' promenade. Ooh.
Sorry, the wireless room's off limits to passengers. No passengers allowed.
Here we go.
Yes, very calm. No moon. I don't like that. Can't see what's coming. No moon means surprises, as if we don't have enough already. Mr. Ismay, the White Star Line's president's on board. We're walking eggshells round him, I tell you. Though that's nothing compared to the creeping about my brother-in-law's doing at the moment. His entire London office is in an uproar. Tom works in the Admiralty. Seems our plans for troop deployments against Germany disappeared 3 weeks ago. Tom says the big boys are petrified the Jerrys will get wind of it. Could upset the balance of power. Politics. Desktop espionage. Bureaucrats. Pah, give me the sea. You can toss the rest. Never have. Not since the war. Lucky? No, I wouldn't think that I was. South Africa.
Okay.
Boer War. The officer was a drinker.
If you
He was
didn't
drunk
notice,
when they
this is
tried to
actually a
sail on the
puzzle.
boat.
You have to say the right
On a
things to
moonless
get him.
night, it was a massacre.
Yeah.
We never saw
Step
them
down.
coming. Drink always leads to the devil. An interesting connection. For all I know, it could be true. A man's got his troubles. Sick child, being away from home. but I hate whiners and apologizers. Well, thank you for your insight. Have a look, why don't you? Mind you, Phillips will have my head if he catches you in there, but I don't see any harm. Go on in.
Welcome to the wireless room. There's a lot here. How to send a message, how to receive a message, bandwidth standards, but we're not interested in any of that. We just want to see what was sent and what was received. Outgoing. Oh, well, this looks a little interesting, doesn't it? That's a lot of stuff. Gonna put that away for a moment. Now, mind you, we can actually turn everything on, even if we wanted to. Fiddle around with things. Bam. I'm gonna leave it for now, though. We do have to do something with that later, I do remember.
Hello, what can I do for you? Good night.
I'll just end it out there then. Oh. Alright, where am I going anyway? Where's the lounge? Ah, I think it's here?
Yes. The lounge is closed for
Nope.
the night.
Never mind.
We'd open it again only in an emergency, which we are not experiencing at the moment.
He just appeared, by the way.
Good night.
Turns out I'm not the only one that can teleport. Where's the...
Oh. I say, what's your step?
Are you hurt, Henry?
No harm done. No harm.
I'm so sorry.
Trod on my toe.
We're the Ghost Joneses from Haltwhistle, you know. How are you finding the crossing? You're English, then? I would have thought American. Oh, my. I didn't mean to insult you.
Can't hold a thought.
Dreadfully large place, America.
Brain like as if she's got...
All that space and all those immigrants trying to fill it up. I was just commenting to Henry, on a White Star Crossing one meets all the right people. While we were just chatting with a delightful elderly couple in the reception. The Strausses, wasn't that right?
Own a small dry goods store in New York somewhere. Called Macy's.
On D-Day.
Ribena, must you always finish my sentences? You're as jumpy as that American chap, that photographer.
Yes, he was just snapping away.
Taking pictures of some German colonel and that Englishman.
Snap, snap, snap.
War's coming all right, mark my words.
War? How beastly. Will Mr. Burns have to fight? He and his wife, such sweet things. But I do see her point. It is their honeymoon. Why he insists on snapping those photos, I haven't a clue.
For God's sake, woman, talk like a madam in a Rangoon bawdy house.
Henry, that's unspeakable.
So don't speak then. Yaps louder than a scrum of rabid corgis. Now see here, this Burns chap.
If you want to see something interesting, take a look at his pictures. He's on C deck, cabin C, 78.
I want to see something interesting. Interesting indeed. Oh, that guy. Where's the... Oh, okay. Yeah, the dining suite. I was going to see if I could get into that. Oh, doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's not letting me go down there. I can't help not, like, humming along to this. Where the heck? Ah, raised roof over first class smoking room. That's what I wanted to get to. Here we go. Smoking room. This was a place that we were told about.
I don't know you, nor do I want to. Leave me or I shall summon a steward. Tell me, do you approve of women who smoke? You're witty. Most men take their indulgences one at a time. Combine them, like women with tobacco, and they pitch fits. Pity. Andrew and I wintered in Cairo. We returned via Paris, where we ran into all sorts of people,
I have no idea who she is.
including
I
that
can't remember.
charming German Colonel Zeitel.
I
He had
love
a
her.
great interest in rare books. It will be wonderful to be home. No dust storms, no lepers. Mr. Trask predicts a banner year for me. Trask? A brilliant seer. Brilliant! I consult him about business decisions, and he's never steered me wrong. He instructs me to travel on only 2 ships, the Titanic and the Lusitania.
Yeah.
I must stop our chat here. I've other concerns. My maid, she's left us. Yes, well, good night.
Yes, well.
Good evening, mon ami. Buick Riviera welcomes you to the tables. You look familiar. We make a meeting before? Deauville? The casino at Monaco? New Mexico. I lived there once. In Diamondback. Such a town. So, have we met?
This is a call out to another game that I don't know.
C'est vrai. Then we shall use my special cards.
I'm gonna stay. Damn, you won.
I have won as you see. Je regrette. You like to play again?
I just want to win. Ooh. Oh. We're totally staying with that. Womp. Alright.
You have won. Well played. Another hand, mon ami? Bonne chance, mon ami. Good night.
Well, yet again, another mechanic that I'm pretty sure will come up at some point. Okay. We were told about a lot of things. My cabin. Shoot. Nice cabin. I don't remember what cabin it was. That.
Hello. In need of psychic consultation? These, my friend, will surprise you. Mark my words. Good night.
The necklace will surprise me. Interessant. Wait. I'm gonna get to the cabins. Really don't remember which cabin it was that we were supposed to go look at with the photos. Should have written it down. Just gonna knock on them all. Oh. Okay. there was ever a game to use like a guide for because you forgot to write something down, this is absolutely it. It is... Someone really was just going up and down the entire ship and just knocking on everyone's door. And I can't remember which one I was supposed to go into. These are the big cabins. E-deck cabins are, well, I'm gonna shoot, hold on. So like the A-deck, you can see they're all really small little things. Some of them are interior. But the B-deck cabins, these are the ones with multiple rooms. And you get to the back end and they're even bigger than that. I think C-deck are all kind of the same. And once you get into D-deck, excuse me, we're getting, you know, kind of whatever's, they're pretty low down. And this is all, E-deck is all second class. I cannot for the life of me remember what freaking thing I'm supposed to go into. I mean, I can also look it up. I just am trying not to because I'm trying not to cheat. It's not working though. I'm probably gonna have. Oh, forgot about her.
But my dear, it's Daisy, Daisy Cashmore. Surely you remember. Oh, you are naughty thing. Don't think I didn't know you'd snuck on at Cherbourg. Smethels told me all about it. The old boy's always dripping with news. Heard about Lord and Lady Lambeth. Ruined utterly. Scarcely enough left for appearances, I'm told. I always liked Georgia. Married Charles for his name and his fortune, sensible girl. But she's made her nest. Now she must live in it. Well...
Well...
What do we think? Gorgeous, isn't it? Everyone's raving, gushing. The Titanic couldn't be more fabulous. And the sailing couldn't have been more convenient. Everyone's here. The Astors, the George Wideners, the Countess of Ross, such a wonderful girl. The Strausses, I saw them on D-deck tonight. The Ryersons, the Henry Harpers. I could just go on and on. And the ship's so very advanced. I was just saying to my dear friends, the Carters, they're bringing back a motor car, do you believe, in the cargo hold. Bill Carter checks it daily. Really, every day. He keeps the keys with the purser. And of course they let them. The Carters are fantastically rich. Lucille doesn't understand the attraction at all. With men and machines, I tell her, we girls play second fiddle.
It.
Well...
We can keep going. All right.
Dear, I have a little favor. A tiny, tiny, tiny one.
Sure.
Tonight at dinner, a man I don't know was making eyes at me. Be an absolute darling and find out who he is. Look him up in the passenger list. All I know are his initials, GQC. The list's someplace. Find it. I'll wait right here. Ta!
Ah! That would be with the purser. But we're not quite done. Cafe Parisien is right here.
I believe it is not correct form to speak to those who have not been introduced. Good night.
Well, I think we've just met our German colonel, Zeitel. He's a dick, but you know, no one could have expected that, right? Purser's office. All right. You guys were saying about the purser, you know, Smithers being the purser because of pursed lips. Wait till you actually meet the real purser.
Yes, can I help you? Perhaps. As purser, I'm in charge of the Titanic's passengers. Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number.
Oh, there we go.
The Burnses? Cabin C-78.
Photog B78. Okay.
Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number. Her ladyship's in cabin B70.
These are important numbers. I'm going to write some of them down.
Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number. Mr. Barbican, try cabin A14.
Okay.
Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number. The Colonel is in cabin C59.
Okay.
Deck games are usually reserved for daylight hours. Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number. Let me check. Aha, Mr. George Quincy Clifford, A27.
There we go. That should be
I
all we
live
need
to
for now.
serve.
I live to serve.
Very good then. Good night. Only I'm allowed to access the cargo manifest. What do you want? That's all then, is it? Good night.
Well then, there we are. She was A deck, I believe, right? No, B deck, there we go.
Did you get it? Get his name? Clifford. Clifford. Never heard of him. You don't suppose he's rich, do you? You're an angel. And I've news for you, too. While you were gone, Andrew Conkling's been asking for you. Yes, Conkling, the Steel Baron. God knows what he's been doing in Europe, buying it probably. And where was I? Oh, yes. Andrew Conkling asked me to pass along this. You know his wife Beatrix, the designer. Such an eye! Her clothes preserve the bust line. Couldn't be more flattering. Keeps the eye moving. Much nicer than Worth's. They're friends with Captain Smith. Smith! So handsome, so dashing. White Star's best officer, or was. He's retiring after this voyage. Couldn't be more tragic. My dear, you've blanched. Bad news? Certainly, certainly, I must... It's Mrs. Burbank! Consuelo!
Just love, she's just like this crazy. She just is 100% out for the social part of it, and that's just, I love it. I love her. She's great. She's crazy. She's great. Okay, so we found out that Eric Burns is C78, which is why I probably couldn't find it. I'm C73, so... There we are.
Yes, can I help you? You found him. What do you want? I set up a small darkroom in my cabin. Well, unfortunately, I don't have time to show it to you. Gee, thanks, I think so. I wish Stephanie agreed with you. My wife's angry with me because I've spent more time with my camera than with her.
Well, it is
She
your
just
honeymoon,
doesn't
but
understand
that's
that a
okay.
photographer can't stop taking pictures even on his honeymoon. Have you seen Stephanie? She's wearing a blue hat. I better wait for her.
Stephanie wearing a blue hat. Wearing a blue hat. Oh, well, that one right there. I have seen Stephanie. She's right there.
good to see you again. Did you see Stephanie? She must really be sore with me. You've got pretty good advice. I'm going to find her right now. Excuse me. Good night.
He's gonna sneak into his room, no big deal. Just, see what we've got here. Portraits. Nothing interesting. Make sure you turn off all light sources or the film will be exposed. Darkroom lantern, open film cartridge, remove paper. Start bath, 1510. 1520, remove. 1015, remove, should be fully developed and dry. I turn off the light though. Got 3 photos here, I believe. Where's the light switch though? I'm gonna turn off the lights. I need to see where the light switch would be. Oh, there we go. Alright. There we go. So what is it? It's 15 and then 10. Alright. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 11, and 12, and 13, and 14, and 15, and 16, and 18, and 19, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 11, and 12, and 13, and 14. Lamka and something. Okay. That's I'm not sure what that is. That's Sasha Barbican though. Okay. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, and 14, and 15, and 16, and 17, and 18, and 19, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12, 13, and 14, and we're done. I mean, that's Sasha Barbican with Colonel Zeitel. Okay, nothing interesting there. 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12, 13, and 14, and 15, and 16, and 17, and 18, and 19, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That looks like I fucked it up. Yeah, I developed that too long. Womp womp. Damn. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Well, hope that wasn't important, because, I don't know what was in that photo. Alright, C73. There we go. Haven't even done this yet.
His Majesty's government has assigned an agent of the Crown to rendezvous with you on board the Titanic. Remain in your cabin cabin until your contact gives you further instructions. After completion of all your assignments on board, book passage to remain on the ship and return to Southampton for your next assignment. For a more in-depth report of the international situation in the spring of 1912, please review the white paper included as part of this briefing. That is all. His Majesty's government has assigned...
Ah! Okay, what else we got? Well, this is the cryptograph, I believe. Where's the white paper that I was talking about, though? Talking about the situation? Ah, there we go. What do we got? Britain, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Russia, Serbia, France. This sounds ominous. Central Powers, neutral, and Britain's allies. Spring of 1912, Europe is the dominant center of the civilized world, bursting with energy and power. It's also a house of cards, cobbled together by diplomats and old dynasties, as Congress of Vienna 1815, Napoleonic Wars. War is unthinkable. Modern war would be terrible and just so disruptive of the global economic system that both literature and English would be devastated. Well, fun fact. Peter's on the brink. Central powers of Germany and Austria-Hungary stand toe-to-toe with a looser, more ambiguous association of allies of the Triple Entente, rising Great Britain, France, and Russia. Balkans. Contending forces of Slav nationalism and great power expansion may well provide fuel for a terrible inferno. The realm of ordained self-confidence. Oof. Germany is up there. France is keeping the corrupt Russian government afloat. Repeatedly foiling Russia's efforts to gain access to the Mediterranean. Russia is shackled by corruption, inefficiency, and an inept autocrat. Letting sandals grow around the German-born Tsarina Alexandria, the mystic monk Rasputin, who seems to ease her son's hemophilia with his psychic powers. Impotent Bolsheviks dream of revolution but achieve little. Many have taken refuge in Austria and Germany. Always eager to create mischief for the Tsar, Central Powers, state security both welcomes and encourages the Bolsheviks and hopes that they will overthrow the Tsar. Germany spoiling for conquests. Americans limiting the German aspirations. French. Austria-Hungary, Franz Josef sat on the throne since 1850. Incompetent bureaucracy and gross inequality. Old-fashioned, dull and conservative. Tends to the elaborate rituals of the Habsburg court, working long days like an assiduous clerk, and rules over an explosive mix of Germans, Hungarians, Czechs, Poles, Italians, Slovenians, and Romanians. Serbs, wait, there's more. Serbs, Croatians, Bosnians, and Jews. Oof, alright. Competing religious loyalties of Roman Catholics, Orthodox Christians, and Muslim Slavs. Oh, Ottoman rule. Emperor Franz Josef dithers in society, waltzes to Strauss, and amuses itself with novel theories of the mind. Dr. Sigmund Freud. Balkans threatened to explode with Serbia as the flashpoint. Bosnia-Herzegovina. Serbia, Attempted assassination of the governor of Croatia. United States major force in the Pacific, neutrality. China's protector. Mexican Revolution, Maduro government. Central powers prefer the United States stay out of Europe's affairs. Would offer no help to Britain, France, and Mexico were preoccupying the United States. Oof! That is a briefing. Okay. Okay. This is... Oh. Decode. Okay, wait. Yeah, it sure wasn't brief. This is true. Okay. 8, 7, 5, 4. Okay. N. Can I type this out? Yes. Am I missing something? I'm missing something. What am I missing here? Oh, there we go. Rubaiyat hidden in Boiler Room 3, Coal Chute 4. SB will deliver painting after pickup. Will confirm. Ooh. Room 3. Coal Chute 4. Sasha Barwican will deliver painting after pickup. Will confirm. Well, seems like we have our first thingy. Thingy, I guess. Only other things that we were asked to meet someone in Scotland Road. Oh my.
Just a minute. Calling on Miss Pringle. She has been invaluable this voyage, a pillar. Oh yes, we're very glad she's with us. They say you met Trask. Be wary of him. Trask's a trickster. Take this card, a prayer card, from my own collection. So you must like it, this section of the Titanic. Here, second class. You can get to Scotland Road from here. Do you know it? Scotland Road? Scotland Road runs the length of the ship, from stern to bow on E-deck. It allows the crew to get from one side to the other quickly. I could go to third class if I take the Scotland Road, but I don't believe in social mixing. No, it creates too much anxiety. A place for everyone, and everyone a place. Though some don't choose to see it that way. In the course of my ministrations, I've observed a gentleman from first class, a young German, among the steerage women. Most unnatural. I haven't said anything. I wouldn't want to upset the ladies. Especially Miss Pringle. She seems a fragile vessel.
Yeah.
Behind me, through those doors. Wait, before you leave, you expressed doubt about the importance of our work in Nyasaland. I wanted to speak with you again in hopes the Lord has helped you see the truth. I'd like to add your name to our list of financial backers. An auspicious honor, oh yes.
Is it?
I am very happy.
Sure.
Tomorrow we will discuss everything.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Good evening.
Perfect. The objective of this game is that you know there is a German colonel on board who is supposed to be reviewing the American embassy and the Mexican embassy and the Cuban embassy, the German embassies in each of those countries. But the British Secret Service knows better. He has the Colonel Zeitel has a priceless copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar, and you want to know why he has it, basically. And now we have a telegram that basically, this telegram right here, that we got the printout that says that the Rubaiyat is hidden in boiler room number 3, coal chute number 4, and that Sasha Barbican, an art gallery dealer, will deliver a painting. I don't know what that's for. We don't know too much, but we know that this is a big deal. That's basically it for right now. Other than that, it's just kind of wandering.
Hello, I'm Conkling. Good of you to come. I trust you're finding the accommodation satisfactory.
It's a little confusing, I understand, but yeah.
You're welcome. White Star's anxious for everyone to be as comfortable as possible, particularly on the maiden voyage. Sorry to seem mysterious. You must understand someone in my position, an investor in this ship, needs discretion. You're under no obligation, of course. I have a slight problem. You may be able to help. A servant has stolen an important business document from me, and I must recover it. A few years ago, my wife Beatrix hired a young Irish girl as maid in our London house. We treated her well. 2 weeks ago, she up and left without notice, taking a certain letter with her. I'd given up all hope of recovering it, until my wife spotted her this morning on the third-class promenade. Needless to say, I checked with the purser. She'd been scheduled to sail on the Philadelphia, but those passengers were transferred on board the Titanic because of a coal strike. Government officials, friends of mine, told me a bureau agent was on board. I found you through Mrs. Cashmore, a preposterous woman, but she does have an eye for accomplishment. Look, will you help me? You will be rewarded handsomely. Her name is Shayla Hacker. She's 20 or thereabouts. I was her benefactor, one might say. Yes. This puts me in a difficult situation.
Difficult, is it?
This young woman, she could cause considerable damage to me, to my reputation, if she goes to the newspapers. Confidential business matters. Conkling Steel provides steel for ships. This ship, for example. If the contents of the letter were publicized, our competitors would profit greatly. I've gotten word to her to meet on the poop deck. Go in my place. Tell her there'll be no trouble if she returns the letter. Afterwards, report to me in our suite, B59. Her name is Shayla Hacker. Good night.
Very suspect, isn't it? Very suspect indeed. Quickly visit Penny because we have
You've decoded
updates.
the message. Smashing. The boiler rooms. Blast. There's an entrance to the lower decks around here somewhere. Query the lift attendant. He's cheeky, but he knows this ship. Intercept the Rubaiyat before it changes hands.
Okay, we have a goal. Let's talk to the guy.
Step lively. Where to? Righty, I know every nook and cranny. The boiler rooms? Blimey! Passengers ain't allowed down there. Take the second-class stairs down to F deck. I fancy there's some stairs down from there. May I take you somewhere?
No, we'll set things.
Good night.
I like how he's like, passengers aren't allowed down there. Here you go. Take the second class stairs down. Could be around here, yes? Oh, there's some stairs here. Okay. That looks like the start. This is the turbine room, so...
What a passenger! I can't regulate the steam for boilers 1 and 2, so I don't have time for you. You're where you shouldn't be. Get up top, before you're kicked up there. Oh, I doubt it. She's really acting up. See? Still working the bugs out of her. See for yourself. Have at it. There's a gauge showing the turbine's power out.
Just gonna fix the ship,
needle's
no
gotta
big deal.
move into
Just
the
gonna...
green zone. Over here.
Oh wow, this is a lot. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, it moved. What? I'm seeing no movement at all on any of these. Oh, well, okay, hold on. This is bizarre. Don't know where I'm going with any of this. Oh, and it just like suddenly all of my work disappeared, I guess? I know. Honestly, this is what it normally sounds like. It's not even because it's like an old game, it's just this is what it sounds like. Very angry. Okay, those are different noises. Oh, wait, I saw that needle jiggle a little bit. Ah, just the tiniest bit. And then it just disappears. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's making different noises now. Is that good? Flooded it. Every time I see the needle I actually need to move it. Alright, come on, work with me, work with me, work with me. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. There's just all these little levers and things, and none of them seem to be affecting anything. Okay. Alright, that's at 20 now. Oh, wait. Up to 40, or 30, I want to say. Oh, wait. Ah. Come on. There we go. Yeah.
Right smart you were. She's running much smoother now.
Yeah.
Hey, since you were so interested, go on, have a peek in the engine room. She's quite a sight.
Don't mind me, I'll slide right by. I really don't care much about the engine room. I'm here for the boiler room. Waiting for boiler room 3, specifically.
You are a passenger. Excuse me, I would speak with you. Forgive me, I am sorry to intrude on you, a person of such high station. I am Vlad.
Hello, Vlad.
I have men. I am leaving my home. I am a Serb and they have killed my wife, my children. The Austrians. For that, they will pay. But I do not want to bother you. Please, I need a favor. I have a friend in first class, in cabin A14. Mr. Bobicon has a package for me. Can you bring it here? Me enter first class like this? No, they would catch Vlad. His name is Bobicon.
Yep,
in
Vlad.
A14. Tell him you've come from Vlad. He will give you the package. I wait here for your return. Your assistance will be repaid manyfold.
4. I trust this man with my life. He seems very trustworthy indeed. Okay. Pull shoot number 4. Aha. I have the Rubaiyat. Put it back. I can just walk around there.
You're leaving? Wait. I have been looking for this.
Oh shit.
Thank you.
I think I failed. Oh shit. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think this, yeah, this is classic gaming 101. Always save your game. Yep. Yep. I don't have a save game. Okay.
London has endured another night of German
all of
bombing.
that progress.
Most damage was concentrated
So,
in the East End.
Okay.
The
We
RAF
could
has
start
struck
again.
enemy aerodromes in Le Havre
Perfect.
and the Low Countries. In Russia,
Fuck.
German
That
losses
sucks
are
so
reported
much.
around Leningrad.
Oh man.
In Asia, the American fortress at Kareji
Oh, that sucks a lot.
but Japanese
Okay.
forces are reported nearing the Burmese oil
Well,
fields. And that concludes the news summary. We now return you
cool.
to our music. program.
I mean, basically, only have the choice to replay this at some point. There's a possibility that some of this may happen off-stream, depending on how long it all takes. But I will not play beyond what we have already done. I guess I will say. You can trust me on that one. I don't know why, but wait for this to finish.
See here. This isn't about your dedication. Pringle certainly attests to your loyalty.
Okay. Well, we'll keep playing, I guess, and start this all over again. Anyway. So, I guess this was as good a time as any to bring up something that I brought up at the beginning of the stream as well, since there are some more of you here. Just kind of wanted to mention and say, you know, obviously there's a lot going on right now. There are a lot of protests against police brutality, which I wholeheartedly support, and I'm happy that they're global protests, not happy that we need to protest, but I'm happy that we have that kind of support. That being said, you know, the movement, Black Lives Matter as a movement, and the movement to end police brutality needs support on multiple levels. I just want to kind of encourage all of you to help in any way that you can. There's this wonderful website here that I'm going to quickly link in the chat with a bunch of different resources. There we go. That's better. There we go. A bunch of different resources here. If you want to go protest, they have a lot of different resources for protesters. You know, knowing what you're getting into, knowing what to do, what to bring, what to prepare for. They've also got different ways to help if you aren't able to protest, or you know, signing petitions, texting, calling, emailing your representatives, donating financially. I know that tomorrow I'm planning on donating myself. And in particular, I'm going to be donating to the Black Visions Collective, which is a queer, trans-led and run organization looking at systems as a whole, but certainly police systems, governmental systems, and how they disadvantage those in minority communities, particularly Black, trans, and queer communities. So I very much am looking forward to being able to donate tomorrow. Basically, once my paycheck comes in. So there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can help out with that. All of that is in that available on that website, and marvelous resource. As always, you know, listen to Black voices, listen to queer voices, listen to trans voices, and yeah, that's kind of my piece on that, so to speak. I don't know why the game hasn't started the next part. Kind of odd. Not sure what you have to do to trigger the thing, but yeah, that's been kind of on my mind throughout the move, you know, while I was moving and everything like that. I was still able to kind of keep in touch with everything that was going on, but you know, wanted to make sure that I said something and contributed my voice as I could here, at least, as well as on my personal Twitter and to some extent my Facebook. Facebook I am just not very active on, so. But yeah, I did include a link to blacklivesmatters.card.co on there today. So I encourage you to just kind of check it out if you haven't, and see what you might be able to do to help. Anything that you can do is absolutely helpful. So, thank you. And yeah, this is the stream in the new house, stream in the new apartment. Still kind of a work in progress, so.
See here. This is
funny enough, Duel, you actually came after I failed. And so this is the beginning of the game again, because I failed and I got shot, and this is a game from the 90s, and if you don't save, you lose everything. So, here we go. This is the 1940s in London, by the way. You couldn't tell. The kind of backstory is that you are a former agent of the British Secret Service who had a mission on the Titanic and failed, and you keep that in your regrets constantly. What if, and here we are. The what if is if you could go back in time and change something.
Forever locked in regret. But
and guess what? You get to. I'm just going to skip the cutscenes because we've played this before. Kind of mad that we have to play it again. But we're going to save more frequently this time.
Good evening.
And this is Smeddles.
I'm Smeddles, your steward. And if I
What if I could go back in time and save my game?
God, yes. About. You've been in your cabin the whole voyage.
Ugh.
A touch of the mal de mer, was it? Seasickness can be quite unpleasant, especially if it's one's first crossing.
All right, I'm just gonna
2,200.
Look at the thing. That will be all. Thank you. Quickly look in the trunk now ahead of time. Oh yeah, they just kind of like animated the photos. It's great, absolutely great. So this is basically a report on the political situation. Everything's fucked. We're on the cusp of war. Everyone's crazy because old imperial powers and war of crazy people. But also, meet me tonight on the deck. Tell no one, Georgia. And we've been told to go to the electric camel in the gymnasium. Welcome to the Titanic. This man is Trask. He is... I'll just let him introduce himself.
Don't think we've met. I'm Leyland Seacom Trask, metaphysical scribe and evangelist for the supernatural. I've been in London attending a conference on premonitions among the sensitive. You've heard of my institute, the Astral Bureau of Circulation in Boston?
Boston,
It's a place where mediums of impeccable character can commingle in harmony. There's a range, of course, but
oh, trust me, there's tons of New England in this game.
Reveal information hidden to others. This is a ship of destiny, which I think you know.
Honey.
Good night.
I mean, it's definitely Uncanny Valley. Oh, this is the part of the staircase, by the way. So here we are, you know. It's definitely a little Uncanny Valley, but yeah, this is the 90s. This was cutting edge stuff. Cutting edge. Here's our contact. Penny Pringle.
It's about time. You're late. Another 5 minutes and I'd have cancelled your mission. Yes, I'm Pringle. Penny Pringle. From the Bureau of Secret Service.
So as I mentioned much earlier when I was talking about the game, I think most of you might have actually missed it. The reconstruction of the Titanic in 3D for this game was so accurate that many documentaries used it as reference. And I believe there's a rumor that James Cameron even used it as reference for the movie. It's like just that good.
Some idiot in the War Office booked me into second, not first.
They did a
class.
ton of research for this game. To the point that when you start the game, you can actually choose between playing the game or doing a tour.
Today I located you.
So, all right, this is important plot stuff. So I'll start it.
Look at this. A German colonel named Zeitel. He's inspecting their embassies in Havana, Washington, and Mexico City. We know better. 10 days ago, the Bureau got word that Zeitel has in his possession a priceless copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, stolen 2 months ago in Paris after its purchase by a very highly placed member of His Majesty's government. The Rubaiyat's a book a collection of medieval Persian poetry, a passion of his lordship's. Poetry. Persians. The German High Command must think it's important enough to have their top man smuggle the lot on board. It's your job to find out. His lordship's watching this very closely. Very closely indeed. I wouldn't fumble this chance either, unless you fancy spending the rest of your career in some grotty Midlands back office shuffling paper about.
I kind of love this type of storytelling. Like, you're dumped on a ship, you know you have a mission, and you don't know exactly what it is, but you have, there are suspicions. You're like, there's a German colonel on board, and he has a priceless copy of a book, and we're not sure why he decided to smuggle it. Figure out why.
Have you seen the report? In your trunk? On the international situation? I'd jolly well read it if I were you. No. He's with the protégé. Name of Heidelitz, I believe. The two spend a great deal of time in the Café Parisien. Nibbling pastries. Get into the wireless room. I don't know or care how. Officer Morrow wouldn't let me in. See if Zeitels received or sent any telegrams about the Rubaiyat. You've got a cryptograph in your trunk. It'll unscramble the German codes for you. You use the brains God gave you. Watch people. Listen. When you find the Rubaiyat, knock on my door. Cabin F, 34. Use the second-class stairs. You should be set. Remember, this is your big chance. Don't fail.
There we are. Head on back out.
You came after all this time. It's Georgia.
You can kind of see the green screen around her. It's just great.
You came after all this time. It's Georgia.
I know, it's Adele, right?
Where have you been?
Never even made that connection.
Years. I'd have waited a lot longer to see you again. Why didn't you tell me where you'd gone? Dina hadn't a clue, nor did Jack. My letters were returned. Just like you to show up now, with everything such a beastly mess. You must help me. You've no doubt heard the rumors. I won't deny most of them. I can't. Even if the money's gone, I won't give the diamonds to Charles, never. These are all that remains. My insurance for a new life without Charles or Saoirse. Saoirse? The owner of the Barbican Gallery? We're friends, of a sort. He's sailing on the Titanic, taking some paintings to New York to sell. Please. I mustn't talk any longer. Take it. Take the necklace. It's my only chance now. Keep it for me. And don't tell Charles you have it. You can't know what he's like.
All right. That was Lady Georgia Lambeth.
Come here.
Come here. All right, I'm gonna treat this guy nicer this time. Called him
Don't
Card
you love
Sharp,
the
and he got
sea air?
really upset last time.
Really clears out the sinuses. Max Seidelman, Philadelphia, PA. Buyer for Haymaker's department store. The shoppy of Spruce Street, they call me. You a sporting type? You look like the sporting type. Come on down to the smoking room for a nightcap. Riviera's looking for someone to play a few hands of blackjack with him. What do you say? Not much else to do. Not tonight. Brr. Cold as a cast iron commode out here. So, what do you say?
What do you say? Hey.
Great. First, let's swing by the Parisian Cafe. There's a man there named Zeidel, a German. Claims he's a businessman, but he's got something up the sleeve, all right. I know the type, believe me. Dollars to donuts, he's in some racket. So come with, why don't you? We'll hit the smoking room from there. Hey, Colonel, how you doing? Willie, like you to meet a friend.
A pleasure.
Get to sit across.
Heidelitz and I, we welcome
Oh.
diversion during such an uneventful passage, don't we, Willie?
Certainly.
Willi is at the University of Vienna, dissecting children's fables.
Cultural mythology, it's quite interesting. So only a junior professor, I tried to interest Dr. Freud. He's a genius, and
Yes, I am sure, quite. On the passenger list, it says you embarked at Cherbourg. Yet I have not seen you with the others. You were there, were you not? I see. You are British. Not so many of you in Titanic's first cabins. These days, most of the rich are Americans. Businessmen like Max. Tell me, why do you go to New York? I'm envious. Unfortunately, my work does not permit me to indulge in the pleasures of the leisure class.
The theory of the leisure class? I have read Professor Hebron. He's quite good.
Quite. Me? Inspecting our embassies. Imperial Germany desires to make a good impression in North America. Willi is continuing on, to the west, to conduct research on Aboriginal customs.
The Indians. They are fascinating.
Yes, yes. However, I place faith in science, not superstition.
The Colonel was saying this wireless stuff's revolutionizing everything, sending messages to each other.
Glad we changed the topic, thank you.
Books and newspapers.
Like the Titanic, a technological triumph. Here we dined in comfort while racing along at 20
To be fair, these are the evil guys, so there is that.
Tied to the outside world by the wireless.
That reminds me, Colonel Seitel, when I go to send you a telegram, they told me it was to be delayed. There are too many messages. The passengers...
I am sure our guests do not care to hear a detailed discussion of your encounter with telegraphy. Now, if you will excuse me...
Please, excuse us.
Won't you call on us tomorrow? Here, in the cafe. The Linzer Tort's quite passable for a British ship. Stop by. Willi and I welcome it most heartily.
Yes, most heartily.
And before I leave, you must allow me to give you some advice. But do not wander the ship. It is not good, I think, on a ship as big as the Titanic. Good night, friends.
Good night.
See? What did I tell you? What did I say? Them too. Up to something, I'd say. The brainy kid gives me the creeps. What a grind. He should hang out with that little blonde. She's a looker, I tell you. Come on, let's hit the smoking room. I'll introduce you to Riviera. What do you say? Great.
Sure.
Go on up. I gotta see
Let's
a man about
go.
I'll meet you in a few minutes. Goodbye.
He basically just said, I'll meet you, even though he's like, I'll introduce you, but... Colonel's pipe. This is not a pipe. Oh, here we go. My favorite person. Oh, have a great night. I will try not to get shot.
Daisy Cashmore, surely you remember.
Thanks for stopping by.
A naughty thing. Don't think I didn't know you'd snuck on at Cherbourg. Smethels told me all about it. The old boy's always dripping with news. Heard about Lord and Lady Lambeth. Ruined utterly. Scarcely enough left for appearances, I'm told. I always liked Georgia. Married Charles for his name and his fortune, sensible girl. But she's made her nest. Now she must live in it. Well, what do we think? Gorgeous, isn't it? Everyone's raving, gushing. The Titanic couldn't be more fabulous. And the sailing couldn't have been more convenient. Everyone's here.
Goes
the
and
Astors,
goes.
the George Wideners, the Countess of Ross, such a wonderful girl. The Strausses, I saw them on D-deck tonight. The Ryersons, the Henry Harpers. I could just go on and on. And the ship's so very advanced. I was just saying to my dear friends, the Carters, they're bringing back a motor car, do you believe, in the cargo hold. Bill Carter checks it daily. Really, every day. He keeps the keys with the purser. And of course they let them. The Carters are fantastically rich. Lucille doesn't understand the attraction at all. With men and machines, I tell her, we girls play second fiddle. Well, my dear, I have a little favor. A tiny, tiny, tiny one. Tonight at dinner, a man I don't know was making eyes at me. Be an absolute darling and find out who he is. Look him up in the passenger list. All I know are his initials, GQC. The list's someplace. Find it. I'll wait right here. Ta!
Okay. Zoom on down to the purser's office, which is C deck.
Yes, can I help you? Perhaps. As purser, I'm in charge of the Titanic's passengers. Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number. Let me check. Aha, Mr. George Quincy.
Have a great night
Clifford,
again.
A27.
Thanks for coming. I will be saving as soon as I'm done talking to the purser.
I live to serve. Very good then. Good night.
Okay, let's go ahead and save while I'm thinking about it. Okay, cool. Now where were we? Back to C. What's her face? The chatterbox. Tell her the
Did you
news.
get it? Get his name? Clifford. Clifford. Never heard of him. You don't suppose he's rich, do you? You're an angel. And I've news for you, too. While you were gone, Andrew Conkling's been asking for you. Yes, Conkling, the Steel Baron. God knows what he's been doing in Europe. Buying it, probably. And where was I? Oh, yes. Andrew Conkling asked me to pass along this. You know his wife Beatrix, the designer. They're friends with Captain Smith. Smith! So handsome, so dashing. White
It just
Star's best
doesn't
officer.
stop, and I
or
love it.
was. He's retiring after this voyage. Couldn't be more tragic. My dear, you've blanched. Bad news? Certainly, certainly. I must... It's Mrs. Burbank! Consuelo!
She's just enjoying herself and her life. She's here for it. I'm just like, you know what? You have fun.
I don't know you, nor do I want to. Leave me or I shall summon a
Look
steward.
at her hat.
Tell me, do you approve of women who smoke? You're witty. Most men take their indulgences one at a time. Combine them, like women with tobacco, and they pitch fits. Pity. Andrew and I wintered in Cairo. We returned via Paris, where we ran into all sorts of people, including that charming German Colonel Zeitel. He had a great interest in rare books. It will be wonderful to be home. No dust storms, no lepers. Mr. Trask predicts a banner year for me. Trask? A brilliant seer. Brilliant! I consult him about business decisions, and he's never steered me wrong. He instructs me to travel on only 2 ships, the Titanic and the Lusitania. I must stop our chat here. I've other concerns. My maid, she's left us. Yes, well, good night.
Whoops. There we go. Alright. Yes, Trask, the metaphysical spiritualist, the spiritual guy. I guess I didn't actually demonstrate it. He will actually perform psychic readings on things for you, which we will demonstrate shortly.
Let me introduce you to Buick Riviera. Remember, he's French, and you know what they're like. Come here.
You know what
Good
they're
evening,
like.
mon ami. Buick Riviera welcomes you to the
Oh,
tables.
God.
I am always delighted to play with friends of Max. You look familiar. We make a meeting before? Deauville? The casino at Monaco? New Mexico. I lived there once. In Diamondback. Such a town. So, have we met?
Okay, so this is, again, a reference to another game that I don't know.
C'est vrai. Then we shall use my
But if
special cards.
you say Hard
Good
Drive
luck.
Saloon, he uses
You'll need it.
these particular cards or whatever.
A game, mon ami?
It's just blackjack. It's real straightforward. Oh, well, I win.
Blackjack. You win.
Get fucked.
Another hand, mon ami?
No, I'm good.
Bonne chance, mon ami.
I'm gonna just
Good night.
leave it there. There is a small cheat that I know.
How you
Cheat.
doing? Buick fleeced you too? You
Excuse
know,
me, I won.
you're letting me do all the talking. If you don't mind me asking, just why are you headed to New York? Guess we all got our secrets, don't we? See you around, Bub. Good night.
Alright, good night. I don't remember where Trask is exactly, though. He's in the grand staircase, I guess. There he is.
Hello. In need of psychic consultation? You know, a medium told me the only danger in my life would come on water. Salt or fresh, he did not say. Damn it all, I wish they'd be more specific. That pipe's been someplace quite humid recently. I'd visit the Turkish bath. Good luck.
Oh, interesting. Visit the Turkish bath.
These, my friend, will surprise you. Mark my words. Good night.
Where is the Turkish bath? Turkish bath is down, what? F deck, yeah. I don't think you can get there from here, though. You have to fast travel, basically. But there are some people we need to meet down here. Oh, I thought there were some people we needed to meet. It's not? Maybe it was only when you... No? Huh. Oh well. Where are the Turkish baths? There we go. I've always been curious as like what a Turkish bath actually is like. You know? Oops. Basically a big steam bath, isn't it? Sasha, left Rubaiyat in boiler room 3, close shoe 4, will send my man for painting. There we go. That's another way to find the exact thing. Now, mind you, there is also the way you're supposed to do it, which is to... hold on. So I can actually reveal some personal stuff here, I guess. So my obsession with the Titanic runs very, 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 very deep. I love the Titanic. I cannot express more how much I love the idea of this ship. Like, to the point that when I was younger and convinced that I would be an incredibly fabulously wealthy person when I grew up. JKL.
I knew you'd come.
Why are we back? Why am I here? You knew I'd come? When I thought I was going to be fabulously wealthy, I wanted a 4-story mansion that I could create a replica of the grand staircase in. as the main hall. I was convinced this would come true, and unfortunately, I am not that wealthy, but oh my god, would I love it.
Charles received a telegram from the solicitors. Our estate's to be sold off. He asked about the necklace I gave you. I told him I left it with a purser. Don't say anything to him or Sasha. Not him and his group of... Oh, there's much more to tell you. Can you meet me in my stateroom? I'm in B70. It's Charles' custom to go for a drink in the smoking room. When he does, visit me.
Okay, I have no idea what's up with her and what's up with that, but that's a thing.
Good evening. Third Officer Morrow here. I am sorry, but this is the officers' promenade. No passengers allowed. Good night.
Night. You won't let me go in the wireless room.
Sorry, the wireless room's off limits to passengers. No
Yeah,
passengers
you can
allowed.
bend the rules, right?
Yes. Very calm.
This is also a puzzle, by the way, which I now know the answer to because...
No moon. I don't like
I already
that.
played it.
Can't see what's coming. No moon means surprises, as if we don't have enough already. Mr. Ismay, the White Star Line's president's on board. We're walking eggshells round him, I tell you. Though that's nothing compared to the creeping about my brother-in-law's doing at the moment. His entire London office is in an uproar. Tom works in the Admiralty. Seems our plans for troop deployments against Germany disappeared 3 weeks ago. Tom says the big boys are petrified the Jerrys will get wind of it. Could upset the balance of power. Politics. Desktop espionage. Bureaucrats. Pah, give me the sea. You can toss the rest. Never have. Not since the war. South Africa. Boer War. The officer was a drinker. He was drunk when they trapped us out on the veldt. On a moonless night, it was a massacre. We never saw them coming. Drink always leads to the devil. An interesting connection. For all I know, it could be true. A man's got his troubles. Sick child, being away from home. But I hate whiners and apologizers. Well, thank you for your insight. Have a look, why don't you? Mind you, Phillips will have my head if he catches you in there, but I don't see any harm. Go on in.
Yay! Boys! And specifically, we're looking for that one, which is definitely in code. There's also no point in bouncing around. There we are.
What's your step?
Are you hurt,
These
Henry?
two.
No harm done. No harm.
I'm so sorry.
Tried on my toe.
We're the Goss Joneses from Haltwhistle, you know. How are you finding the crossing? You're English, then. I would have thought American. Oh, my. I didn't mean to insult you.
Can't hold a thought.
Dreadfully large place, America.
Brain like as if she's got...
All that space and all those immigrants trying to fill it up. I was just commenting to Henry. On a White Star crossing, one meets all the right people. While we were just chatting with a delightful elderly couple in the reception. The Strausses, wasn't that right?
Own a small dry goods store in New York somewhere. Called Macy's.
On D-Deck.
Ribena, must you
Small
always
dry
finish
goods
my
store called
sentences?
Macy's.
You're as jumpy as that American chap, that
Let's
photographer.
see how long
Yes, he was
it's
just snapping
whether
away.
it goes back to
Taking
small.
pictures of some German colonel and that Englishman.
Snap, snap, snap.
War's coming all right, mark
Yeah.
my words.
War? How beastly.
Isidore Straus.
Who did the Burns have to fight?
He was on the
He and
Titanic.
his wife, such sweet
I
things.
believe he was the
But I can
wealthiest
see
man
your
on the
point.
Titanic, in
It is
fact.
their honeymoon. Why he insists on snapping those photos, I haven't a clue.
For God's sake, woman, talk, like a madam in a Rangoon bawdy house.
Henry, that's unspeakable.
So don't speak then. Yaps louder than a scrum of rabid corgis. Now see here, this Burns chap.
If you want to see something interesting, take a look at his pictures. He's on C deck, cabin C, 78.
B78. Interesting. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. This side.
Yes, can I help you? You found him. What do you want? I set up a small dark room in my cabin. Well, unfortunately, I don't have time to show it to you. Gee, thanks, I think so. I wish Stephanie agreed with you. My wife's angry with me because I've spent more time with my camera than with her. She just doesn't understand that a photographer can't stop taking pictures, even on his honeymoon. Have you seen Stephanie? She's wearing a blue hat. I better wait for her.
Sorry if I'm kind of like rushing through this. I've already played all this, so it's like just kind of. But at least you get to see it.
Hello. Good to see you again.
Everybody in the stream gets to see the whole game because I
really
failed.
Be sore with me. You've got pretty good advice. I'm going to find her right now. Excuse me. Good night.
Okay, so I already know what to do here, so I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to do it right this time. I did mess this up last time, but it's not a big deal. Wait. It's 15 and 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and fuck, I did it wrong. Fuck. Well, I already have it written down. It's the owner of the Barbican Gallery, Sasha Barbican, holding a crate that says Lamka and something. 15 and 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. That's better. This is the one that I missed last time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't recognize her though. That's the Austrian professor. There we go. That's interesting. Okay, are we done sneaking around? E73. Wait, that's my cabin. Okay. Oops. I think that's pretty much everything we need to do in the short term. Although we didn't run into the guy from New Hampshire. Okay, here we go. 8, 7, 5, 4. All right. Decode. Here we go. Rubaiyat hidden in boiler room 3, coal chute 4. SB will deliver painting after pickup will confirm Zeitel. Same thing that we already got. Okay. Now that we are there, you are right. It is time to save. Do not want to lose this all over again. This is already a slightly better run because there's been different things that we've learned. I'm trying to remember where you meet the preacher guy. He's on one of the staircases, I thought. I don't remember where, though. Yeah, not sure. Oh, that's him.
A fine night to be indoors, cold as the dickens outside. Cold but clear.
He's from Sunapee, New Hampshire. I go
Clear as a
skiing
bell,
there.
and the stars.
I
Oh,
love
should
skiing
see
there.
1,000,000 stars in God's firmament. A congregation of light. The name's Trout. The Reverend Edgar Trout. I'm returning from a mission in Africa. To Sunapee, New Hampshire. Where I live. Emily, my wife. She's dead. Thank you. We had looked forward to this journey. But she died at Port Said. Though it was Nyasaland that killed her, the doctors, you know, never did find all the parasites. Calling on Miss Pringle, she has been invaluable this voyage, a pillar. Oh yes, we're very glad she's with us. They say you met Trask. Be wary of him. Trask's a trickster. Take this card, a prayer card, from my own collection. So you must like it, this section of the Titanic. Here, second class. You can get to Scotland Road from here. Do you know it? Scotland Road? Scotland Road runs the length of the ship, from stern to bow on E-deck. It allows the crew to get from one side to the other quickly. I could go to third class if I take the Scotland Road, but I don't believe in social mixing. No, it creates too much anxiety. A place for everyone, and everyone a place, though some don't choose to see it that way. In the course of my ministrations, I've observed a gentleman from first class, a young German, among the steerage women. Most unnatural. I haven't said anything. I wouldn't want to upset the ladies.
I don't have pearls to clutch
Especially
right
Miss
now.
Pringle.
I can't.
She seems a fragile vessel.
Penny is anything but a fragile vessel. I think she could fuck you
Behind
up,
you,
dude.
through those doors.
I'm just gonna have a little candy. Ow.
Wait, before you leave, I was wondering, perhaps you'd care to make a donation to our mission in Nyasaland.
This is maybe one of my favorite running gags, quote unquote. This is the night of the sinking. This is April 14th. And he says,
very happy. Tomorrow we will discuss everything.
tomorrow, we'll discuss everything tomorrow. Well.
Hello, I'm Conkling. Good of you to come. I trust you're finding the accommodation satisfactory?
I want to talk about a guy who's going to make you grimace. Here we go.
You're welcome. White Star's anxious for everyone to be as comfortable as possible, particularly on the maiden voyage. Sorry to seem mysterious. You must understand someone in my position, an investor in this ship, needs discretion. You're under no obligation, of course. I have a slight problem. You may be able to help. A servant has stolen an important business document from me, and I must recover it. A few years ago, my wife Beatrix hired a young Irish girl as maid in our London house. We treated her well. 2 weeks ago, she up and left without notice, taking a certain letter with her. I'd given up all hope of recovering it, until my wife spotted her this morning on the third-class promenade. Needless to say, I checked with the purser. She'd been scheduled to sail on the Philadelphia. But those passengers were transferred on board the Titanic because of a coal strike. I'd prefer to employ the services of a third party. You.
Why might that be?
Government officials, friends of mine, told me a bureau agent was on board. I found you through Mrs. Cashmore, a preposterous woman, but she does have an eye for accomplishment.
But she's wonderful.
Look, will you help me? You will be rewarded handsomely. Her name is Shayla Hacker. She's 20 or thereabouts. I was her benefactor, one might say.
Benefactor?
Yes. This puts me in a difficult situation.
Difficult,
this young
you
woman,
say?
she could cause considerable damage to me, to my reputation, if she goes to the newspapers.
Oh.
Confidential business matters. Conkling Steel provides steel for ships. This ship, for example. If the contents of the letter were publicized, our competitors would profit greatly. Confidential business matters. Conkling's confident. I've gotten word to her to meet on the poop deck. Go in my place. Tell her there'll be no trouble if she returns the letter. Afterwards, report to me in our suite, B59. Her name is Shayla Hacker. Good night.
Well. Quite the thing, that. Okay. Where's the poop deck again? That. Yeah. Get out, you basically have to go all the way. Yeah, okay. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I got this. I got this. There we go. Just head back. Theoretically. Why am I having issues with this? Why am I having... Woo! Went too fast. Too far, too fast. Too many zoomies. Castle deck. Can I get everything? No, I don't think so. No, okay. Must have to do with the second class stairs then. Just yeah, there we go. There we go.
What did I tell you, Shay? I knew he'd not come in person.
Hush, Jack, hush. Conklin, he did send you, didn't he?
I told you, it's a trick. I knew Conklin wouldn't come. He sent one of his cronies instead. I'm her brother, and Conklin. Because of him, Shayla's had to leave everything and everyone she knows.
Jack, don't.
That son of a bitch. She was his maid and all the time violating it.
Hush, Jack. I'll have no more of it. Go on, Jack, say it.
You tell Conklin we have his letter, and he'll not be seeing it till he coughs up a tidy sum, too. 5,000, do you hear? Dollars. Enough to get her started right in America. And if he moves a hand against us, I'll make sure the newspapers get the letter and print it. So tell Conklin. 5,000. Measured against what he has, it's a bloody bargain.
Meet us here again. At 1 tonight.
Now.
$5,000. Then he'll get his damn letter. Agreed?
It's your only chance. We'll be waiting for you.
So, although it doesn't go back. Okay, wait. Yeah, here we go. Initial year 1912 to. Oh, 2019 is the last indexed one. It's $5,000, which comes out to something close to $134,106. So $130,000. That's a lot. Oh, that's one hospital visit? No, that's like a visit to the doctor. Check up on your hurt knee, like. Conkling is in B59, so. Too far.
Come in.
Come in.
I'd hoped to meet you earlier. However, my wife and I were calling on the Astors. Madeline's pregnant. Beatrix was thrilled. We have no children. I see. It's a ransom. May I present Mrs. Conkling?
You should pitch the ungrateful girl overboard. Your clothes, French cut, quite fetching. I forgot to tell you when we first met.
Beatrix is on her way to California. She's got a new project in... Where is it, dear?
A cow town, someplace called Los Angeles. I'm doing up a little resort there. It's called the Beverly Hills Hotel. So, where is the Irish tart? Dreaming of her newfound riches?
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, all the little
My
drops
husband
in
and
here.
myself extended every courtesy, showed every kindness to Shayla. We've no children. Shayla became quite dear to us. So her theft hurt us all the more for the trust we placed in her. Don't fail us. Now, excuse me. I must retire. I have a frightful headache.
Maybe if you took off that hat.
It was a pleasure. Good night. Andrew?
My wife felt strongly about Shayla. As I've told you, we've no children of our own. Look, you must get that letter. Don't wait until tomorrow. See if you can speak to Shayla directly, without her brother. She's in the third-class cabins forward, on F deck, number 59. Good night. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Well, I guess we'll do that too while we're at it. I'll get there though. Oof. Alright. It must be through Scotland Road. Yeah, right here.
Jack, is that you? I'll be right out. I don't want to wake the baby. Oh.
Oh.
But we were meeting later. Where's Jack? Please, I don't want no trouble. I didn't know the letter was so dear. I just wanted to take something, anything that looked valuable. For the baby. It was Jack who read it. Saw it was bad for Mr. Conkling. He said the bit about selling bad steel would ruin him if it was to get out in the papers. My baby, Eddie. He's the only reason I stood them last month at the Conklings. I knew Mr. Conkling weren't going to leave his missus. I was only a parlor maid, but I didn't care. I was happy to have his baby. Him and Mrs. Conkling, I thought they was so kind, until I found out. and Mrs. Conklin. Mrs. Conklin was going to steal my baby for her own. Once I had it, she would fire me and take Eddie for herself. She can't have her own babies. So they used me to get one, to get Eddie. When I found out that was her plan, I left. I didn't know the letter was anything. I thought it might hold a pound or two. Anyway, Jack, he says Mr. Conklin got the letter from an engineer up at the mill. Said the mill's been making bad steel. High in sulfur is what he called it. The steel's no good, and they put it in the Titanic. It'd be a scandal if it got out. That's why Mr. Conklin wants the letter back. But Jack, he says Conklin will have to pay us to get it. $5,000. Huh, Mrs. Conklin's probably behind it. All she cares about is a fine name and pots of cash. And a baby. But she won't get Eddie. No, she won't. And if she tries, I'll ruin her. Make her poor as me. Well, that's Eddie.
Oof.
Bye. Don't forget about our meeting.
That's definitely a lot. Okay, wait. Save. Alright, let's at least get to the point where I was before.
Brilliant. You've got the drop location. The boiler rooms. Blast. There's an entrance to the lower depths around here somewhere. Query the lift attendant. He's cheeky, but he knows this ship. Intercept the Rubaiyat before it changes hands.
While I absolutely will, it will not be now. Because, well, no, I guess I should rephrase that. I'm not going to query the lift attendant because I know it's down here.
What now? A passenger?
A
I can't
passenger?
regulate the steam for boilers 1 and 2. So I don't have time for you. You're where you shouldn't be.
This is a puzzle
Get
that
up
took
top
a while last
before
time.
you're
We're going to
kicked
see
up
if we
there.
can manage it again this time.
Oh, I doubt it. She's really acting up. See? Still working the bugs out of her. See for yourself. Have at it. There's a gauge showing the turbine's power output.
I
The
like how
needle's
he's
gotta
literally
move
just
into the
like
green
random
zone.
person shows up. Sure,
Over
you know
here.
what? You're dressed in a tuxedo. You obviously know what you're doing. Very close to being right. Come on. Okay. Something needs a tiny nudge. Oh, shit. Almost had it. Come on. Damn, come on. Okay. Hey. Got it done faster this time.
Right smart you were. She's running much smoother now. Say,
Weird noises.
since you were so interested, go on, have a peek in the engine room. She's quite a sight.
Okay.
You are a passenger. Excuse me, I would speak with you. Forgive me, I am sorry to intrude on you, a person of such high station. I am Vlad. I have men. I am
Hello.
leaving my home.
Vlad.
I'm a Serb and they have killed my wife, my children, the Austrians. For that, they will pay. But I do not want to burden you. Please, I need a favor. I have a friend in first class, in cabin A14. Mr. Barbican has a package for me. Can you bring it here? I am a stowaway. If I am caught, maybe they throw me overboard. Please get the package. I've eaten nothing since we sailed, save for a rat who is not so fast. His name is Barbican, in A14.
Yeah, he looks like a zombie.
He will give
He's
you a
Vlad, the Serbian,
cure for your
the
return.
Serbian
Your
nationalist,
assistance will be
particularly.
repaid manyfold.
But he is but a small player in our little moment here.
What have we here?
I forgot about this
the
guy.
fancy dress ball's upstairs, mate. Ready? Check out the toff. Well, they're a fine sight prettier than your ugly face. Better company, too. Off with you. Think you can outwit a fireman like me? Think again. All right, now, let's see what the toffs are made of. Come on, Leadhead. Jerk? That's the best you can do? Jerk? You're just an
Gonna get
ugly
an
cur.
insult off.
And you're a stupid, ugly, drunken cur. Did you say landlubber? Why, you lying, ugly, low-down, bow-legged, yellow, drunken cur? Who's all right by me? All right, stay if you like, but I can't mind you. Ooh, me? At shift's end, I'm stopping by F59. Her name's Sheila Acker, and she's the prettiest lass on board. She may be a steerage girl, but she's first class by me. Cheers. Don't mention it.
I like how you basically just, in order to ingratiate yourself, you just insult them. And he's like, ew. That's the Rubaiyat, by the way, that we were looking for. Now, this is exactly what happened last time. Let me show you exactly what happened here. You have the Rubaiyat in your possession, and you go to walk upstairs.
Wait. I have been looking for this.
And this happens.
Thank you.
And then you die. And then it boots you to the screen, and if you haven't saved, you are just done. So, alternative. Can't leave without it. You can't leave with it. So, what do we do? My suggestion would be something like that. Put it in cool shoot 5 instead of cool shoot 4. And then they won't be able to find it. Now, Sasha Barbican is A14, said we would go talk to him, so let's go do that, I guess. Oh, jumping to red areas disabled right now. Get back. A simple but very straightforward deception. Okay, now we can, yeah. A14. That's the lounge. I don't need the lounge. I need the cabins.
Yes? You found him. Sasha Barbican of Barbican Galleries. Now, what is it that I can help you with? Our history is quite complex. Certainly. Georgia's a woman who does not go unnoticed. Georgia exudes a certain romantic paranoia, a condition, I fear, worsened by Charles' own romance with whiskey. Georgia? Have you talked to her? You be the judge. She's accused me of outrageous deeds, libelous practically. I'm part Slav, you see, A Serbian on my mother's side. Georgia finds such a mixture a source for wild stories. Continuously. One hears there are financial problems. They say Charles owes Andrew Conkling thousands of pounds. Not much anyone can do, I'm afraid. George is in clear need of a rest. For Vlad? He's on board? Please come in. He did it. I told him not to, told him I'd pay his ticket, but he was too proud. Such a tragedy about his family. They were with my mother's people. When Austria took Bosnia, they were killed. Many were. With his family dead, America seems as good a place as any for Vlad. Ask Vlad, I don't know. Here, his things. He'll be glad to get them. It's rather late. Good night.
It's rather
and don't
late.
believe what Lady Georgia says. She's not well. Enjoy your voyage.
Well. Alright, let's just close. See if we can get that guy out. Do this, and I think we'll call it a night. This is just about where we left off. I mean, obviously, I left off where Vlad shot me, so. But, just about a good spot.
Thank you. I must see Mr. Barbican. I've bad news. He will not be happy. I am looking for something. Something very important. But it's not here. You have seen a small... It is of no importance. Good night.
Was it a book you were looking for? Hmm? Like this book? Oh! Oh! I'm terrible. Yeah. Let's save. Just... Yeah, exactly. If I didn't move it, he'd have found it, and then I would have lost the WWII. Now I like how he just didn't bother looking beyond the small spot that he found, but maybe he couldn't ingratiate himself with the, other guys like I did by swearing at them, basically. What am I looking for here? Well, hold on. We're already on F deck pretty much, so...
Did you get it? Did you find the Rubaiyat? Smashing. What have you learned? More art? Zeitel's no connoisseur. No, there's something about that painting of interest to the German High Command. I don't have any information about Vlad, but the other fellow, look here. Zeitel's Titanic contact is a London art dealer named Sasha Barbican. They say he smuggles art, and he's not above selling stolen merchandise. The files say he's Serbian, interestingly enough, with links to some shady Balkan groups. Let me see. That's the Rubaiyat, all right. Well done. Leave it with the purser for safekeeping. It shall be undisturbed there. The painting's what Zeitel's really after. You must secure it. Where or how, I don't care. Just find it and bring it back here. Remember, leave the Rubaiyat with the purser for safekeeping. He might also know where the painting's stored. Sneak a peek at his cargo manifest. That should help you find the painting. Cargo stored somewhere beneath the forecastle deck. Things are thickening up quite nicely, aren't they? We've got to get our hands on that painting. don't fail.
Okay. Well, I think for now, this is probably a good place to put a pin. Well, no. Let's actually go talk to Georgia. He's 70. Let's talk to Georgia first, and then we'll call it a night, I think. That's a good spot.
Enter.
Enter. Thanks.
I wasn't sure you'd come. Andrew Conkling? He's loaned money to Charles. A lot of it, I think. First, I want to know how you fared these last years. Rather well from the looks of you. I'm glad to see you. You're the only person I can trust. Please promise me you'll help. You always were there when I needed you. Now, with my life a horrible mess. When Charles discovered my affair with Sasha, he was quite calm. But I know him, you see. His revenge is taking the necklace, leaving me with nothing. And Sasha, I'd never trust him again. Don't you see? They're looking for guns, for bombs. Sasha's friends, his gallery was their London base. They were rough men, foreign. Sasha told me they were part of a Balkan Aid Society. Stupid girl that I was, I believed him. But then I found out. These people, they... Charles!
Please, Georgia, continue. Was it my title or my income you found so desirable? I was never sure. Now that both assets are depleted, why don't you go to Sasha? Maybe he can help, as he's done before.
Ignore him. I see the smoking room's had its usual effect.
Idle gossip, apparently.
You see his attitude? Please, go.
Since she obviously can't depend on me. Here, take the chill out of the air. Thank you for seeing after my wife. Now I think it best you leave the happy couple, drowning in their happiness.
Ooh.
Remember, I need your help.
Well, that's a lot. Who was in the smoking room? I thought you had a chance to talk to him in the smoking room, but I guess maybe that was it and I missed it. Yeah, I guess I missed it. Okay, well. This is a good place to end, I guess, then. Let me just write down a quick note to say what I'm doing next. There we go. Oh, there we go. Whew. All right. Go ahead and save. Oh, shoot. Hit the quit button. Everything's going to freak out in about 2 seconds. Just sit tight. There we go. Okay. This game really messes with my resolution. It's running at 480 by 600, so it's pretty... Yeah, it really takes up a space that's like this big on my screen. It's very small. It's great. Yeah, no, 1996, that'll do it to you. Okay. So that's the stream for tonight. Definitely going to pick up where we left off next Tuesday, as I hope to plan to do. Let's see, any other things? Nothing quite yet. I am now officially an affiliate with Twitch. I have completed all the things and whatever, and I can officially run ads now. I don't know how exactly that works. We'll try experimenting with that next Tuesday instead of doing something now, especially now at 1 a.m. basically. So, well, I just want to see how this works. Oh, you saw ads at the beginning. Interesting. Huh. Or how that works. Do I get any money for that? I don't know. I mean, I've set up all the tax information, so I know that you can like buy what are called bits and then like give those, and those are like a donation. But in some cases, I've also heard that just having a coffee link, which I've had at the bottom of the stream this whole time, works better. Again, not really doing this for profit or anything, so it's just kind of cool that I hit 50. That was the big deal. I will, however, hopefully get around to getting some emotes done. Not sure what they'll look like or what they will be, but definitely going to get some custom emotes so we can have those going. Let's see, other things. I think that's pretty much it for like channel housekeeping and whatnot. I want to put out one more quick call, although I know there are not many of you watching quite yet, but still do want to put out one more quick call for this wonderful website, Black Lives Matters card.co, right here. Absolutely excellent website with great information, great resources there. You know, the protests that are going on are against police brutality. The police brutality has been absolutely abhorrent and disgusting, and I can't stand that it's happening. I'm glad that people are protesting. I'm glad that people are making a stand, and I'm glad that there's worldwide global support for that. I'm sad that protests have to happen in the first place, but glad that they are happening. I think the way I put it earlier today was something along the lines of, I'm sad that we have to fight, but I'm glad that we're still fighting. In context of Pride, at least, with Stonewall and this being Pride Month and whatnot. Regardless, please take a look at that website if you haven't. There are great resources there, and if there's any way that you can chip in to help, that's a great place to start. And I certainly implore you to give it a look if you can. There are great resources there for if you want to actually join the protest yourself. Great resources of what to expect from a protest, what to bring, what to prepare for. There are also great links on other ways to help, things like signing petitions, texting, calling, emailing your representatives. There's also links for donations. I myself am basically just waiting my paycheck to go through, and I will be donating today, technically, to the Black Visions Collective, which is a queer LGBTQ Black-run organization, Black Trans Queer, there we go, Black Trans Queer organization that is specifically looking at systemic injustice and racism throughout the United States, but I think with a focus on Minnesota, they are a Minnesota foundation. But I really did like their foundation and their backing. A lot of places, especially bail funds, Minnesota Freedom Fund, have actually gotten a ton of support, and they've started asking that some support be spread out. You know, this is a great place to start. The website that I've provided there. There are a lot of great donation links. Even if you can donate a little bit, helps a ton. So for that, I guess I would say thank you, and hope that you choose to help out a little bit. For those of you that have helped, thank you so much. And yeah, I think that's basically our stream for the night. There's not much more to say. Titanic is a wild game and loads of fun. I'm having such fun playing it again, even though I kind of remember enough of it to just kind of breeze through, trying to show you guys, but also like I remember how to play it. I remember the answers to the puzzles. Like I remember all the big plot points. So yeah, no, for 1996, it's crazy. You know, and if you want to play it by yourself too, I just can't say, it is available on GOG, on Good Old Games. I think, you know, when I bought it, it was like $2. It's not an expensive game because it's very old. Let me just see. Where's the support page? Here we go. Okay, yeah, right now it's on sale for $2.09 off of its normal price of $6. Oh, you have no idea how much more mature it gets. It's gonna get dark and difficult quick. We are in like easy mode, gloves are on, everything's padded. It gets tough. So this is a game that does not pull punches at certain points. Raw and gritty, that's a good way of putting it, yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it too. So tune in next Tuesday, 10 p.m. EST, same time, same place, twitch.tv/BOSTrophyWife. As usual, normal call out. Check out my social links down over here, both Instagram and Twitter. I announce all of my things there. For anyone who is in chat but is not on my Discord and wants to get on there, I need to really, really touch this place up a lot. My Discord is a little, sadly, quiet and not well maintained because I'm bad. And so I will quickly generate a new link and pop that in the chat. Feel free to click on that, join my Discord. We'll talk about adventure games as a whole now. It used to just be Nancy Drew, but now it's adventure games as a whole. We'll be doing a lot of point and click adventure on this channel, I believe. So I'm actually kind of excited for the game that comes after this. I'm thinking of doing a newer game called The Sexy Brutale, which is like a Groundhog Day murder mystery with supernatural elements, I think, in it too. Like you are one of the victims and you reliving your last day over and over again, and things happen at specific times. It's all a puzzle. It's really cool. So yeah, keep an eye out on the channel. Keep an eye out on my social media for new announcements, and I will see you next week. Have a great weekend, everyone, and stay safe, stay healthy, and Black Lives Matter. All right, have a great night.